moving. I want to get into this conversation because Kirk Herbstreit and Mark, you're not always looking for love from Kirk Herbstreit when it comes to the Texas Longhorns and what is expected here, correct?
No, a lot of the major TV sports analysts, they tend to have a really skewed critical view of Texas football. And anytime that I hear these guys jumping on the bandwagon, I'm like, we're already full. That's enough. Y'all go somewhere else.
So you don't think
Keep
Kirk
on hanging out with Ohio State.
Well, that's where he went to school.
I know, but don't be a homer. Don't jump on our bandwagon now.
Well, Kirk Herbstreit is somebody that understands what Arch Manning means to this Texas football team, and the expectations continue to grow, but Arch is in a position to be successful.
Oh, it's absolutely perfect.
I appreciate you having you on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I at least you were able to get Arch Manning a mention. I just think he's been through tough stretch where the expectations were almost unfair, and a lot of it was his own doing. He felt the tension that it affected him. But when you're going into a season, it's like he's better than both his uncles. He's better than his grandpa. It's like every throw had to be, whoa, did you see that? And I think he lived it, he experienced it, he survived it. I'll be shocked when the dust settles if he's not the guy in the class. And I also think Josh Hoover is got a bump and going to play at Indiana and playing in that offense and winning a lot of games. Really kid that just didn't get a lot of it. Playing at TCU, they had, 8-4, 7-5, whatever their year was. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hoover got a very similar holy cow, the way both these Indiana quarterbacks have the last 2 years.
So let me explain this. When you're listening to that, he said everything that needed to be said. Some of the stuff that was put on Arch in his first year was not fair. It was not a fair assessment of the expectations of a guy that hadn't had a chance to play multiple reps like a lot of players got a chance to do. He progressed. He got better every single week. Week in and week out, he performed at a very high level. Now, coming into the season, if they want to put some of those expectations on him, I can deal with that. I can accept the expectations that were put on him because we saw the growth and the maturation along the way. He has a chance to be the guy in the class as he was talking about. But now a lot of people have moved him down. A lot of people don't look at him the same way. And to your point about what you said about Kirk Herbstreit, I guess those people realize that the bandwagon is full. Kirk is not. He's going to find a way on there. But the other people that have kind of moved him to the side have now looked at him a little bit differently.
When you look at structured football, like all these top, let's say just the top 10 Division I football teams have, it's going to come down to how does that group mesh and is there any improvements? Did you add to the staff? Did you add to the top 22 players on offense and defense? Texas did all of that. So now there shouldn't be any external pressures. So all of these outside forces now, they see Texas making those improvements and they're like, oh, man, wow, they fixed that. And Arch got valuable experience in all the games he played this year. Now we see him as a starting quarterback.
Right.
So, you said it was gradual improvement every game. I think there was drastic improvement after the Battle of the Red River, and especially after Mississippi State. After Mississippi State, Arch went on a heater. So, yeah, I think he's a true, legitimate Heisman candidate, and that everybody sees the fact that Texas has done everything they could outside of going and getting the best of the best offensive linemen to, make this team a better one next year.
Not only did they go out and get some great linemen, they also decided it was time to go make a move at the wide receiver position, and Cam Coleman's name continues to be talked about.
But like, if I could pick one player who was available to build my team around it of all the transfers, I think I would pick Coleman. And I don't know if people see that with me or not, or if people think I'm insane, but I also, combining who the best player overall is in the portal with what Texas was missing last year and what Texas brings back next year, you just added a killer of a receiver to a quarterback who showed really great signs of growth at the end of the year, an offensive line that should be better, and a team that should be in the conversation for the national championship this offseason. So, both talent from the player and situation that he is going into, I think it's kind of hard to argue against this.
Well, and I think what Cam